News that matters. Fox 40 News at 5 starts now.
They were deadly flames that consumed parts of Butte County, destroying most of Paradise, leaving people dead and thousands more without homes or businesses. And now, months after the campfire spark, many people are demanding answers as well as justice.
And one of those people that's joining the fight for justice, activist Erin Brockovich, who says that she wants PG&E to take responsibility for the deadly campfire. Glad you're with us tonight at 5. I'm Eric Harriman.
And I'm Nikki Lorenzo. Now, it's important to note that fire investigators have not determined if PG&E was responsible for the fire.
All right, that said, the utility filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection last week. All of that is happening as PG&E, as you know, is drowning in lawsuits that are related to the campfire.
Today, Erin Brockovich is calling on the governor and state lawmakers to not allow PG&E to file for bankruptcy protection.
Fox 40's Doug Johnson live for us tonight at the state capitol with more. Doug.
Eric, campfire survivors we spoke with say they're glad to have an ally who has a lot of experience in filing cases against PG&E.
I took my dog out and I noticed the sky was kind of orange, and I thought it was really pretty sunrise. Then I smelled smoke.
Victor Porter is an artist who made the move from Southern California to Paradise 6 years ago.
We realized when we got to the street that it was bigger than we thought.
Just 2 months before the campfire, he had finished remodeling his trailer home and putting in new furniture.
Photographs, artwork, it's gone. We have nothing to go back to.
While the cause of the campfire is still under investigation, Porter says the thought of Pacific Gas and Electric avoiding financial culpability angers him to no end.
No, they have to pay for it. They need to pay for it. They need to be accountable for what they've done here. They've ruined not just our lives, they've ruined a whole bunch of people that are a lot worse off than we are.
But Porter and other survivors are getting help from someone who's had a lot of experience in building cases against PG&E.
You're talking 20 years later and the problem still hasn't been fixed. There's no cleanup. They get away with it. They buy their way out of it.
Along with a team of other lawyers, environmental activist Erin Brockovich has been lobbying in Sacramento on victims' behalf. During a press conference on the Capitol's South Steps, Brockovich called on the governor and lawmakers to prevent PG&E from filing bankruptcy.
They need to step up and be real leaders and put their foot down, but do it without, creating a full-on disaster.
Recently paying its CEO $2.5 million and giving shareholders $1 billion in profits, Brockovich questioned if PG&E even qualifies for bankruptcy.
Overwhelming evidence. If you're solvent, you don't get to file bankruptcy or Chapter 11. And the state and the PUC needs to work with them and say, we're in charge now for a while.
Porter says with Brockovich on his legal team, he feels confident PG&E won't be able to use bankruptcy to get out of liability. But while the legal and political battles continue, he and his wife are left waiting, living in a friend's RV.
We don't know where we're going to go. It looks like we may travel for a year.
Now, PG&E did release a statement to us today, which reads in part, quote, PG&E is committed to working cooperatively with regulators, policymakers, and other stakeholders to continue to provide PG&E customers the safe gas and electric services they expect and need. And obviously, this bankruptcy proceeding going to be far from over here because we have a lot of different players, the governor, lawmakers, the PUC, and let's not forget a federal judge who is still in charge of PG&E's probation for the 2010 San Bruno gas line explosion. So, of course, they're all going to have a say in how this moves forward. Reporting live at the state capitol tonight, Doug Johnson, Fox 40 News.
Doug, thank you. And in case you aren't familiar with Erin Brockovich, here's some background on her. She was made famous for her role in a 1993 water contamination lawsuit against PG&E. Now, that lawsuit claimed the company allowed hexavalent chromium to leak from a compressor station near the town of Hinckley. Now, despite her lack of formal education in law, Brockovich won that suit. The case was later turned into a film in which Brockovich was portrayed by actress Julia Roberts.